Randers FC is a Danish professional football team based in Randers, which plays in the top-flight Danish Superliga Championship. Founded on January 1, 2003, the club builds upon the license of Randers FC, a former three-time Danish Cup-winning team. Following the founding of Randers FC, the club has won the Danish Cup one time. Randers FC play their games at Autosea Park Randers, which has a 10,300 spectator capacity. Notable players that have played for the club includes Yura, Movsisyan and Djiby. History: the club was formed on January 1, 2003, as a collaboration between 6 local Randers clubs. Dronenborg Boldklub, Hornbæk Sportsforening, Kristrup Boldklub, Randers FC, Randers KFUM and Varup Frederiksberg Boldklub, continuing Randers FC's first division team. First years and cup success equals. In the first season as a newly created club, Randers FC ended in 4th place in the Viasat Sport division with 51 points. The captain of the Danish national team that won the European Football Championships in 1992, Lars Olsen, was coach of the team. The following year the team ended in 2nd place with 66 points and was promoted to the country's best league, the SAS Liga. With only 24 points in 2004 Euro 05 season in the SAS Liga, Randers FC finished last. In the 2005 Euro 06 season, Randers FC redeemed themselves. The club secured promotion back to the SAS League with 61 points and also won the Danish Cup with a 1-0 victory over Esbjerg in the final at Parken Stadium on May 11, 2006. Randers was the first team since 1974 who managed to win the Danish Cup, although playing in the second highest league in Denmark. In mid-2005, they brought in former Danish national team midfielder Stig Tafting on a free transfer, after Aarhus GF, his childhood club, refused to let Tafting play for them, because of his violent background with several sentences. Tafting was appointed assistant coach in November 2006. In the 2006 Euro 07 SAS Liga, Randers FC achieved an 8th place with 38 points and great adventures in the UEFA Cup trophy victory over the season before. The club met IA Cranes of Iceland, FBK Corners of Lithuania and major club SC Fenerbahce from Turkey. Before the start of the new season, Randers signed former English national player Colin Todd as new manager. Randers started the season in great fashion by winning their first 4 matches. In the second half of the 2007 Euro 08 season, Randers continued to improve in the Danish league. With new signings Mark Nygaard and Zarenberg, expectations grew as the season progressed. Randers improved on last season's 8th place by securing a 6th place following a 2-1 win against Brøndby IF in the last match of the season. The 2008-2009 season started in promising fashion for the club as they started off with a 3-1 win against the local rivals AGF. Randers continued the good start and went to play 1-1 a draw with FC Copenhagen. In the third round, Randers was to play Brøndby IF away. The club had never defeated Brøndby IF away before. Randers won the game 0-3 following goals from Carsten Friedgad, Bedi Bivol and Tidiane Sane. After the 5 first rounds, Randers was still undefeated. However, at the winter break, Randers was placed mid-table. Up and down years equals. On November 4, 2008, Randers announced that former Danish international John Jensen would become new manager from July 1 following the ending of Colin Todd's contract. However, Colin Todd expressed his frustration about how Randers had dealt with the situation and openly criticized the club for putting him in a difficult situation. Jensen ended up taking the place as manager 6 months before schedule due to the club having reached an agreement with the then-present manager Colin Todd. Jensen was officially announced new manager on January 5. Jensen started his time in Randers FC in great fashion, winning the first league game of the season against local rivals AGF 2-1. However, the club failed to sustain the winning form and they went to draw against Vejle and thereafter lost the following 3 games to the top 3 sides OB, FCK and BIF. The team's losing streak reached a culmination point when they lost 1-6 to FC Nordsjælland. However, the club responded well to the bad figures and went to win their following 5 games and thereby reached a new club record for most won games in a row. The season ended with a 3-3 draw away against Danish champions FC Copenhagen, and 5th place. Mark Nygaard claimed the Golden Boot for 16 goals during the season. Morten Nordstrand was later credited for a goal on penalty in the final match, and also had a goal tally of 16, but Nygaard was awarded the title as he was the first to reach the 16 goals. Randers FC and Fakes decided that Ftng was not the right choice as assistant manager, and on May 1, 2009 the club announced that the contract of Ftng would not be extended. On June 2 the club announced 2 of Jensen's former colleagues from the European champions of 1992 team, Henrik Larsson and Flemming Purvelsen, as the new assistant managers. Larsson as first assistant manager and Purvelsen as assistant focused on the attack. After a catastrophic start to the 2009 Euro 10 season with only 2 points from 11 games in the league, John Jensen and his assistants were released from their contracts. Ove Christensen was appointed new head coach for Randers FC for the remaining of the 2009-2010 season. He was given the objective to save Randers FC from relegation. Randers was counted as relegated in the winter break by the media and experts. However, a historic comeback with 16 games without defeat meant that their top-flight status was to be decided on the final day of the season. A loss to NDBYIF would mean that if AGF won their game against OB, the best team of the spring season would be relegated. OB won 0-3 and Randers lost their first match in the second half of the season 1-3, so Randers kept their status, and Ove Christensen delivered what most people thought was impossible: a save from relegation. Yura Movsisyan was the key in Randers' survival as he scored 7 goals in 13 games. When Ove Christensen arrived, he gave the squad an overhaul and 9 players were released or sold in the winter break of 2009 Euro 10 season. He also made some signings: Anders Egholm from Zanderejski, Morten Carlsen from FC Nordstjorland and Zaren Jensen on loan from Odd Grenland. Ove Christensen signed a new 1-year contract as head coach on May 17, 2010. However, in the following season Ove Christensen could not follow up on the success and was fired after a loss to NDBYIF. Peter Elstrup and Alan Kuhn was taken in as caretakers but could not prevent Randers FC from being relegated at the end of the season. Michael Hemmingsen was named new head coach with the first task to bring Randers FC back to the Superliga. With Hemmingsen as head coach, Randers ended the 2011 Euro 12 season in second place in the Danish First Division and thereby earned promotion to the Danish Superliga. League success and Europa League qualification . Despite having earned promotion to the Danish Superliga, Hemmingsen was replaced as head coach by former Randers coach Colin Todd, who thereby returned to the club that he coached in the period 2007 Euro 2009. Randers did well in their first season after being promoted, and ended their 2012 Euro 13 league campaign in third place, the best league result in the history of the club. The team also reached the final in the Danish Cup tournament but lost 0-1 to Esbjerg FB. The league result meant that Randers was to play in the Europa League qualification. Randers entered the qualifiers in the third round and met Rubin Kazan. Randers lost the home game 1-2 and the away game 0-2 and was thereby eliminated from the qualifiers. European record: the 2006 Euro 07 season Randers FC managed to qualify for the UEFA Cup as National Cup winners. The 2009 Euro 10 season the club was invited to participate in the Europa League due to second place in the Danish League Fair Play ranking, a euro behind 2008 Euro 09 champions FC Copenhagen, who claimed the Champions League spot. The 2010 Euro 11 season the club was invited to participate in the Europa League due to second place in the Danish League Fair Play ranking, a euro behind 2009 Euro 10 champions FC Copenhagen, who claimed the Champions League spot. Stadium Randers Stadium Randers Stadium was founded in 1961. It was built to hold 18,000 spectators, and in 1969 a record of 16,500 people attended the UEFA Cup loss against 1. FC Car paragraph LN equals Autosea Park Randers equals Autosea Park has a capacity of 10,300 spectators. It was built by CF Mahler Architects and is established on the former Randers Stadion. The current stadium attendance record is 11.824, set against Bra NDBYIF on May 16, 2010. Supporters: the official supporters are the Blue Horses, however there are more factions within the fan culture of Randers FC. Honours: Superligaen, 3rd place, 2013. Danish Cup, winner 2006, runner-up, 2013. UEFA Fair Play League, winners, 2009, 2010. Records: most games played, 222 Søren Pedersen, most goals, 41 Ronnie Schwartz, biggest league win, 5 €0 Randers FC €1 AAB, biggest league loss, 1 €6 Randers FC €1 FC Nordstjylland, Zaanderijski €1 Randers FC, highest attendance, home, 11.824 Randers FC €1 Bra NDBYIF, longest run without defeat, 16, longest winning streak, 5, longest run without a win, 18. Current squad, as of August 31, 2015, note, flags indicate national team as defined under FIFA eligibility rules. Players may hold more than one non-FIFA nationality. Out on loan, note, flags indicate national team as defined under FIFA eligibility rules. Players may hold more than one non-FIFA nationality. Managers: Lars Olsen, Colin Todd, John Fakes Jensen, Ove Christensen, Peter Elstrup, Michael Hemmingsen, Colin Todd. Staff, Management, Team. Shirt sponsors, 2003-2005/6, Nike, 200,610, Umbro, 201,013, H2O, 201,317, Warrior. League stats. References. External links, official site, news about Randers FC, statistics site.